without further ado, because there's so much to talk about, let's go to the Skype wall, see if Jeff's there. Jeff is there. Jeff, good evening to you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, well, hello, Jeff. As we said just a couple of minutes ago in our preamble before we came on show, not much to talk about tonight concerning referees, but we'll try and get it all tied up and done within the hour so you can get back to the dining room where I know that your good wife is preparing a wonderful meal for you. Jeff, seriously, let's kick off with the Martin Atkinson situation. Even John Terry said the ball didn't cross the line and it was to his team's advantage, Chelsea, that the goal was given. What is your interpretation of that whole incident from a referee's point of view and seemingly the lack of support he got from the linesman?
Well, you know, I'm left scratching my head sometimes, Mike, and knowing Martin Atkinson, who's, you know, he's a thoroughly decent chap, he's a damn good referee. All I can think is that, you know, there's been a sudden rush of blood to the head with one of the officials. I'm not totally convinced yet, and we'll never know because, you know, officials never are allowed to speak to the media after a game. We'll never know who actually did make that decision. Whether it was the assistant referee who said in his microphone, it's a goal, or whether indeed Martin Atkinson has made the decision. Whoever has done, there's one simple rule in refereeing, and that is, if in doubt, give nout.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're going to give a decision, and the bigger the decision, the more important it is, you've got to be 100% sure in your own mind. If later on technology, TV and the experts tell you you're wrong, then fair comment, you've got to live with it. But from your own point of view, you've got to be 100%. Now, as we saw on TV, the assistant referee, he couldn't be 100% because the ball's there on the deck and there's about 2 or 3 players obliterating his view. Martin Atkinson, from his position, he couldn't be 100% either. So why on earth someone has said something or someone's blown a whistle, I just don't know. You know, the cry for video technology, goal line technology goes on, and it's another example where it should happen. But, you know, it would appear that this one didn't even look close.
No,
you know?
No, it didn't. I mean, to me, it's another justification of my campaign for common sense. I'm not even asking for cameras all over the place. I'm not asking for video technology. I'm asking for common sense. And common sense means that if anybody in that stadium was able to look at one 10-second replay from who were the broadcasters on? ESPN. From ESPN, one 10-second replay of the incident would have completely answered the questions. It didn't go over the line. Why can't we bring some common sense into the game?
Well, yeah, and, you know, unfortunately, Martin Atkinson is getting pilloried left, right and centre over this. You know, he has made an inexcusable, you might say, human error. He's got it wrong, whether he's been aided and abetted by his assistant referee in that process, because, you know, when we watched the game and the Tottenham players ran to Martin Atkinson and said, look, it wasn't over the line, it's natural from a referee's point of view. Every time you make a decision, the players are going to say he didn't handle it, it wasn't a foul, he dived. You can't, unfortunately, believe when a player says something to you that he's totally telling the truth. It did appear that Martin Atkinson looked as if he was going to start going across towards his assistant. And if my lip-reading skills are okay, when it panned in on the assistant, I thought the assistant was saying into his microphone, goal. And at that point, Martin Atkinson didn't go across to him, went back to the halfway line, and the goal was given. So, you know, that's where I'm not totally sure who has made the decision. But it did appear that the assistant referee was saying that it was a goal. And, you know, I watched a Manchester United play yesterday. Wayne Rooney had an absolute mare by his own tremendously high standards. He scored 2 goals and he's a match-winning hero. Yeah. Martin Atkinson has a tremendous game yesterday in all aspects, I think, of the game, apart from that one decision. And, you know, he's going to get pilloried, not just for the next few days. He'll be remembered for that for the rest of his career, unfortunately.
Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.